Alright, so the Detroit Lions just made a huge move, and one that could be an advantage for them going into next season and in the future. As per Tom Pelissero of NFL Network, former Giants interim coach and offensive coordinator Mike Kafka is joining the Lions in a high-ranking offensive staff role, and also stated that Kafka, 38 years old, has been a finalist for multiple head coaching jobs in recent years, and now an opportunity to learn from one of the best with Dan Campbell in Detroit. And this obviously comes with Lions already hiring their new offensive coordinator out of Drew Petzing, although it seems like he will be getting help as now Lions bringing in Mike Kafka to help out with the offense and will be in a high-ranking offensive staff role. And I really love this move here for the Detroit Lions. Kafka was one of the offensive coordinator candidates for the Detroit Lions. He was also sought after for other jobs as well. He interviewed with the Lions for their offensive coordinator position before they eventually hired Drew Petzing, but he also interviewed for Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator position and also the Giants head coaching position. So it's unclear what Kafka's role will be with the Detroit Lions, but he could very well mesh very good with both Coach Dan Campbell and new offense coordinator Drew Petzing. As Kafka is a former quarterback himself, spent 5 seasons in the NFL, played under Andy Reid, and also joined Andy Reid's coaching staff in Kansas City in 2017. After 5 seasons with them, he was hired to be the New York Giants offensive coordinator. Now, Drew Petzing, what he brings is a very good run scheme for the Detroit Lions, which is something that Dan Campbell probably looked at and really wanted. The only thing with Petzing is that he hasn't been too great as far as the passing game goes, but that is where Kafka may come in now here for the Lions. And when Kafka took over as the interim coach and obviously was the offensive play caller when the Giants fired Brian Daboll, the Giants got creative on offense, and the Lions even saw that November 23rd, a game they barely won in overtime, beat them 34-27, but in that game with a backup quarterback out of Jameis Winston who threw for 366 yards in the game, Kafka really showed his offensive creativity in that game. The Giants even finished the 2025 season with back-to-back wins, scoring 34 points against the Raiders and the Cowboys, and also helped develop rookie quarterback Jackson Dart this season. And he has developed some quarterbacks, even with Kansas City, as he was in charge of Patrick Mahomes' development and learning under Andy Reid, obviously, in Kansas City. Also worked with Daniel Jones, and while that didn't end too well there for the Giants, Kafka's first year in 2022 was very, very promising. 2023 and 2024 seasons for the Giants offensively was not great at all, but then this past season, Giants offense finished 17th in scoring, 13th in yards in 2025. But again, when Kafka took over as the interim head coach, the offense showed much improvement. They were more aggressive, and Kafka's creativity really shined during that time. So, this is a great pickup for the Detroit Lions, and one where obviously, the Detroit Lions had to take away play calling duties from John Morton this past season, but now you ultimately got 2 potential coaches that could be your offensive coordinator going into next season. So they got 2 guys now in the kitchen, and while that could potentially cause problems and maybe too many potential cooks in the kitchen, I think it is definitely a good thing here for the Detroit Lions. And obviously Dan Campbell, Detroit Lions, talked about it. Both Petzing and Kafka had to agree with their plan, and obviously something was luring Kafka here to Detroit to take this high-ranking role on their offensive coaching staff. So let me know what you guys think about this move. I think it is a great move from Dan Campbell and company. You got Mike Kafka, Drew Petzing, 2 coaches who have strong resumes and also now play calling experience. And funny enough, both have similar situations as their past offensive coordinator jobs. Petzing only had really 1 good year with the Cardinals out of the 3 years he was there. Kafka had an up and down tenure with the Giants as their offensive coordinator, but now pairing these two together with Petzing's run game ability and Kafka's creativity and pass game, pair that with Dan Campbell, and the Lions could have a great offensive coaching staff for their potent weapons they have on this team going into next season. So Mike Kafka joining the Detroit Lions, huge move here for the Lions. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video.